Segmentation is a crucial topic in e-commerce email marketing nowadays, and actually not many companies do it well. They either don't do it at all and they just send out the same generic message to everyone and they blast their email list and they annoy their subscribers, or other people, they overdo it and they go too granular and actually they do things that they don't really work. So in this video I will talk about the best 7 ways how you can segment your list in order to maximize your email marketing results. So as you will see, the best 7 ways how we segment the email list, these are usually based on behaviors, personal characteristics and certain conditions, and using these segments you can send out highly customized email campaigns but also email flows, and actually you can analyze the data, the different characteristics of your list and your segment. As you will see, the segments, unlike email lists, they are dynamic, so when someone meets the criteria they immediately added to the email segment. So it's worth to stick to the end of this video because I will show you the 7 best ways how you should segment your email list, and also in the description I will share a document with you that will show you these 7 ways how you can segment your email list, and actually even much more ways. Hey Budai Nation, I'm happy that you are here on this channel. The purpose of this channel and my purpose is to help more e-commerce owners out there, because I can see so many of them, they simply don't believe how great heights they can achieve if they really have a proper mindset and they have the right knowledge to implement the right things. My personal goal is to help at least 1,000 e-commerce business owners in the next few years, and I want to work with them directly because I really believe in this. I don't want to sell some shitty course to them, but we really want to get great results for them because I know so many people, they need encouraging words out there. So if you want to join the journey and you want to learn e-commerce and customer retention, you want to improve in this, then go down, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and now let's go back to the video. All right, so let's talk about segmentation. So in this video I will use Klaviyo, our go-to email marketing tool, and if you don't know much about segmentation in this tool, here's the dashboard of Klaviyo. This is a real e-commerce store from Canada, and if you want to create lists or segments you should pick this sub menu. And now I won't talk much about lists, but segments. So regarding segments, you can create as many as you want, and these segments are dynamic. So these are dynamically updated on a regular basis when somebody meets the criteria of a certain segment. So there are different ways how to segment your email list, and also I will share this document with you in the description. And here in this doc you will find everything I talk about in this video and actually even more, so you can go to the description and download this later. So the first type of segmentation is engagement based segmentation. This is really the alpha and omega of email list segmentation, and I think this is used by most of the companies. Before we jump into this, what are the 2 most common mistakes I can see with segmentation? So people either underdo it or they overdo it, and in the wrong way, because they either don't care about segmentation, they just blast their whole email list with the same message and the same copy, same creative to everyone, to all subscribers. That's one end of the spectrum. And then you will lose sales and even subscribers because many of them will get annoyed by your very generic message. And the other end of the spectrum, when people they over segment their list, or they use irrelevant segmentation. And this is also a problem because you waste your resources, you spend a lot of time, even money on segmentation, and it won't yield any or not much results for you. And actually that's why where working with an agency is very useful, and that's why it really matters that my team and we have worked with more than 200 companies up to date, because we tested many different things and we just know what works based on our experience. So let's start with this engagement-based segmentation. And once you have this document, you can use these as an instruction, as a guide to set up the segments. First of all, what engage 30, 90, 110 means. So these are the people who opened or clicked an email, or they were active on your site in the last 30 days, 90 days, 120 days, or whatever. You can even use broader segments with higher numbers. So let's set this up. I will create a segment. So go to segment, and then here I will add engaged 30. And I will use test by Daniel. Select condition. Someone opened an email at least once in the last 30 days, or clicked an email. You may ask why we need both, because if they click an email, they already opened one. There is a technical reason for that. I don't want to get into it now, but actually you have to add both if you want to measure this correctly. So active on site at least once in the last 30 days, or created in the last 30 days, even if they haven't opened any emails yet. They are clearly engaged if they just signed up. And person is not suppressed, so they are still active on the list. Is not suppressed. And now let's create this segment. Let's see how many people they meet this criteria. Alright, so this is the segment, and I always check a few people, their histories, if this really meets the criteria of the segment. I can see this person opened an email a few days ago, so obviously, yeah, opened an email within the last 30 days. So yeah, I think this segment, the definition is correct. And if you want, you can change these days to 90, and then it will become engaged 90, and you can use even higher numbers. So here we only look for engagement, but if you want, you can also add buying behavior. So you can add this, that someone placed an order at least once in the last X amount of days. And on the contrary, we can also find the unengaged segment that we call sign up churned or unengaged signups, unengaged subscribers, and you can identify those people. So let's set this up in a second. I will go to list and segments again and create a list or segment. I will create this one. Let's say signed up churned. I like using the number 180. Signed up before 180 days. Okay, so I found this here. Properties about someone created is at least 180 days ago, half a year ago, and opened email 0 times in the last half a year. So here we have to use and not or. This is a common mistake by people. Opened email 0 times in the last 180 days, and also clicked email 0 times during this time period. Clicked email 0 times in the last 180 days, and active on site 0 times. Active 0 times in the last 180. And finally, placed order 0 times in the last. So here we add the buying behavior as well. Placed an order 0 times in the last 180 days, and person is not suppressed for email. So it's someone who is still on the list. And everywhere we have end, everywhere we have 180 days, and let's create the segment. Okay, so you can see I'm not perfect either. I had to review the segmentation, and in the end I could see 2 people. Klaviyo found only 2 people in this category, and actually it found many people, but they were all suppressed. I think our account manager just cleaned the list recently. So these are the signups who churned in the last 180 days. They were created at least half a year ago. They didn't open emails, didn't click, were not active on the site, didn't place any orders. The software found many people, but all of them, they were suppressed. So they unsubscribed, they bounced, we deleted them, whatever. Only 2 people are those who are not suppressed but still churning, and these 2 people, so they received the email and they were not active basically. So with these people, what you should do, and I will just update the segment, what you should do, so you should create this segment, and you should actively track them, how many of them they are, because you pay for the software while they are not engaged at all. So after a while you want to suppress them once they hit a few hundred or few thousand members. Actually, you can even save money on this. And here's a related question. So you can create these segments: engaged 30, engaged 90, engaged 180, engaged 1 year. You can also create churn segments: sign up churn 180, sign up churn 1 year, sign up churn, I don't know, 3 years, whatever. And the question is, which segments you should use to send out your emails, right? And this really depends on the context, because you should check your open rate, click rate, unsubscribe rate, bounce rate, inbox rate, all of those, and based on that you can make a decision. If your engagement is solid, your inbox rate is high, you can create broader segments with more people, or actually, people who are less engaged. So you can send campaigns not to engage 30 but engage 90, and then engage 180. And if you can still keep the engagement high, then it's completely okay. However, if your inbox rate, open rates, click rates goes down, then you want to send it to smaller segments, only to engage 30. With some clients we even do engage 7. So that's how you should do that. And now let's jump to other ways of segmentation. So one of the very simple ones is based on segmentation. Based on location. I will just delete these 2. Okay. And create list and segment. Go to segment. And let's say I want to find the Canadian buyers of this company and all-time buyers. So this is how you can do it. Actually, you can, if Europe is very important for you, there is a separate menu point. Someone is within the EU or not, location is or is not European Union or United States. So these are privileged areas, let's say. It's very easy to find them. You can also use someone proximity to a location. This is actually very precise. You can pick the country, and then properties about someone. Here you can find the address, the time zone, the city, the country. So there are different ways to do it, but what I want to do is this one: create properties about someone, country equals dimension value. Actually, I will use contain, it's even better. And I want to find Canadians, so Canada. And also I will add that they are buyers. So placed order at least once over all time, and those people who are not suppressed. We usually add this to all segments. Create segment. So here we are. Now you can see all the active customers from Canada. And yeah, this person is not that much active, but this person placed an order, and I think only one order all time. So, and this person is from Canada because from Ontario. So this is how it works actually. So this is very useful, and I really like that you can actually even exclude places, so doesn't equal or doesn't contain, which is great. And now let's check another way of segmentation that we use a lot. So this is especially useful for beauty brands, fashion brands, maybe skincare brands, jewelry brands, which is segmentation based on gender. So there are different ways to figure out the gender of your audience. One is simply asking them, and of course that's the best one. Nowadays we have even brands where there are, you know, non-binary genders, and they can even survey their people about it. But Klaviyo has this feature, predictive gender, and this is 99.9% precise according to Klaviyo. So this uses some kind of AI, machine learning, whatever we call it. I don't want to use fancy words, but this uses some algorithm that can define the gender of the person based on their names or email addresses, and it's really precise. So let's say predictive gender, and we want male, and definition will be, so predictive analytics, this is where you will find it, and predicted gender is likely female, likely male. And let's create this segment. Actually, I will add that they are not suppressed as well. We usually add this everywhere. Let's create it. All right, so we have the results, and now you can see the names. And for me, these people, they all seem to be males. So again, this is a highly precise tool. So this is what you can use to figure out the gender of your audience if you never ask them. And I would still advise you that you should make your email in a way that if someone is a female by any chance, then they can still read it, and you know, they can still find it useful. But overall, this is highly precise. The next segmentation idea that you can use is really to find those people who are your VIPs or the highest lifetime value customers. And here are a few examples: repeat engaged buyers and repeat churn buyers, loyal engaged buyers, VIP engaged, basically all of these, high CLV. But now let's focus on VIP engaged. That's the most common that we use. So basically these are the people who opened or clicked on email, they were active on site, and here is the key point: you can decide who you want to call a VIP. Someone who plays a certain amount of orders in the past, here it's 4, or maybe those who spent above a certain value, maybe $500, maybe $1,000 or whatever. So you can really decide how to identify them. And there are subtle differences between the two approaches that I will talk about more at the end of this video. But now let's find the VIP engaged segment of this brand. So I will just go back, lists and segments, and let's create a segment here, segment, and let's call them VIP engaged as by Daniel, and opened email, clicked email, active on site. Opened the email at least once in the last 180 days. I think that's a pretty loose definition. I mean, we care much more about how they their purchase behavior, basically at least once in the last 180, or they were active on the site at least once in the last 180, order placed more than 4 times. And here we use and, which is important. So it's not or but and placed order is at least 4 times over all time. So 4. If you want, you can also use this one, greater than, let's say $400. We can use both, but now I will use at least once, is at least 4 times overall, and someone is not surprised. The usual thing. Create the segment. Now we wait. So here the segment, I will check 2 people to see if the definition is right, but here you can see this person placed 11 orders and the other person 5 orders, so I think we are fine, and they regularly open emails, so yeah, we are all good. This is a correct definition. And your VIP segment is your strongest segment, and they are your best buyers. You want to validate new ideas with them, you want to ask them, you want to communicate with them, you want to invite them to your loyalty program, your referral program. So there are several ways how you can cooperate with this great segment. And now the next one, so purchase history, and you can create different cross-sell, upsell segments based on that, and you can market these people differently. So let's say cross-sell segment by Daniel, and here I will just find those people who placed a certain order at least once in the last, let's say 180 days, and I will add a filter where the collection is, let's see, I can pick multiple ones if I want. So yeah, let's see these, and here you can pick discount codes, items as well, so not just product lines, collections. Now I will go for collections and let's see what happens. So these are the people who purchased that certain product, and let's check it. Placed order only once in the past, and here is the product, so they purchased that certain product. How you can use this segment? So mostly we use it to cross-sell, upsell related products. You can check your product history. We use Triple Whale, for example, or Google Analytics, or we simply ask the client, if someone buys A product, what is the most likely B product to buy? And you should create these connections and use these segments in a smart way. And the next one is a bit more specific, but it's a highly important segment. So those people who are in your loyalty program, and this is quite related to the VIP segment. These are one of your best customers. So here we just call them loyalty program members, and then you pick properties, and then once you integrate your loyalty app with Klaviyo, you will find this here. So stamped account confirmed, but so stamped is the loyalty program that they use. But as you can see, they tried referral candy before, so we could pick those as well. Yeah, but the main thing is, so you can integrate the loyalty tool and then stamped account confirmed. If you don't know how to do it properly with your loyalty program, just feel free to reach out to me or to Klaviyo, and they will help you with this. And those people who are not surprised, and let's update this segment now. All right, so the software found more than 1,500 people who are in this segment. So let's just check one example, this person, and order happened here, earn order. So this person got points in the loyalty program, and I think this is a valid person in this segment. And I want to show you one more segmentation, which is maybe a bit advanced, but I really like this during the holiday season. So let's say now Valentine's Day is coming, and last year Valentine's Day buyers, or season, we can call it maybe season, Valentine's season. And we want to know those people who placed an order at least once, and between 2 dates So between dates, and let's say same day as of today, last year, and let's say February, let's say 17th. So in this 1 month period, they placed an order and they are not suppressed. If you want, you can also add that they opened or clicked on email in the last 30 days or last year in the same period. Now I just want to see those who placed an order last year, and they usually do it in those times. You can also add, if you want, another way to do it is somebody didn't place an order 0 times in the last, let's say, half a year. So they became unengaged, almost churned, but last year they bought at the same time period. So you can play with these. I hope you understand that. You can just leave it as it is. You can add this as well. You can play with this if they are engaged or not recently. So yeah, now let's look for those people who purchased last year during the Valentine's season. They are still subscribed and they haven't bought anything in the last 6 months. Let's create the segment. And for these people, we can come up with some great offer, and maybe we can even tell them that, hey, we know last time you purchased this time, this period of the year. So that's why we want to show you a great offer to incentivize you to buy again this year as well. All right, so here's the segment. It found almost 170 people. So these people, they haven't purchased in the last 6 months, but they purchased last year during the beginning of the year. Now I won't scroll back, but yeah, these people, they seem to be a good fit for this. So these are the most common ways to segment your email list, and these are the best 7 ways. And before we leave, so again, you can find this document with all of the segmentations and the definitions, how to do it. If you go down to the video description, and you can download it for free. Also, the other thing is, so if your list is beyond 100,000 people, that is something that you should start doing, and I think it's really worth another video. It's called the recency frequency monetary type of segmentation, when you check each person how much they purchased, the dollar amount, how much they spent, and how frequently they buy, every week, every month, once a year, and how recently they purchased. Because you can see that these segmentations, they don't really differentiate between these categories, but it really matters if somebody purchased 1 year ago for $1,000 and only once, or they buy every month for $20 and the total value is something similar. So once you get to that list size, it becomes much more important for you. And actually big companies, they regularly use the RFM segmentation, but below that list size between 100K, it's not necessary. So hey Budai Nation, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget our mission here. We want to help at least 1,000 e-commerce brands grow and scale using their most loyal and highest value customers. And we want to avoid companies that they only focus on their front end and acquisition and ads. We believe e-commerce is much more than that. If you like this video, then make sure that you go down and you hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so you get updated about our newest videos. And if you want to download the cheat sheet for the segmentation, then make sure you go down, you click the link. And also, I'm sharing another link with you, and this is a 50-point checklist to check your e-commerce email marketing. This is what we use to audit the accounts of our clients. So go down, click the link, and you will get this free cheat sheet as well. And finally, before I leave, let me recommend a video to you. So this is our best performing video in the past few weeks, where I talk our head of design, Daria, and she shares our design processes with you. And she's a highly knowledgeable designer and very organized, besides being a great team leader and designer. So go to the thumbnail and check out this video as well.